Welcome, everybody, to the Catholic Entrepreneurs Guild podcast. My name is Andrew Jacoby, and I am here with Steve Cunningham. Steve, thank you so much for joining the show today.
Hey, yes, sir. No problem. Appreciate having me on.
Great. And today's show is sponsored by my company, Good Shepherd Staffing. That's goodshepherdstaffing.com. We help Catholics in developing countries find work that enables them to have a living local wage as well as work from home so that they don't have to leave their families. Like, so places in the Philippines, for example, if you live in a small town, usually if you want to make a living, you have to leave that town, leave your family. So we're trying to find a way for them to be able to work from home, make a living, and also work with their families. We start out with a free trial offer of 10 hours of free labor. So if you have never worked with a virtual assistant before and you'd like to try it out, 10 hours, and then after that, basic entry-level virtual assistant, you can get full-time for under $1,000 to do all the work you don't want to do, which is great. Anyway, end of read. So Steve is a father of 4 young children, as well as a husband and the owner of Sensus Fidelium Press and sensusfidelium.com, which we'll have spelled out in the show notes in case your Latin isn't as good as Steve's. Steve, again, thank you so much, and welcome, and please tell us a little bit about yourself, your background. Give us a little bit of sense of who you are.
How far back do you want to go?
Wherever the Holy Spirit takes you and whatever you put in your mind, whatever. We're rolling with it.
Just back in college is mostly sports-related stuff. Dad was an entrepreneur for as long as I can remember. Worked for AMF. So if you know bowling, and since the Olympics were on, they used to do the horse would have AMF on it and things like that. I don't think they have it now. I saw it yesterday. I don't think they had anything on it. But noticed Dad on sales calls a lot. He had his own little office doing his thing. Started building bowling centers. That was part of the AMF thing. So we were into bowling a lot, and I would go as a kid to help Dad out at the bowling centers. I remember Toccoa, Georgia, the Rose Bowl on Rose Lane was when we were out there sweeping the parking lots, sweeping the carpet inside. Always wanted to go in the back to where the machines were, which was pretty much dangerous for any kid, but we wanted to go back there and climb on top of machines. The real pin setters, I think the new ones, have these strings on the pins now, so you hit them and they just string and they just pop up. Well, these were hardcore. You could crush underneath the resetter if you got underneath it. But no, we liked hanging out with Dad and going to work with him. And I think all kids do that anymore. My kid does that. He sees me with a hammer. He wants to grab a hammer. Or sees me work. Can I help you today? So they're all wanting to do that. But yeah, then got into personal training for years after college, about 6 years. And that was right with the 2008 when the economy was starting to go down. So I was like, okay, I need something that I'm discretionary income. I need to find something that's not going to go down with the Titanic in a sense. So I got into medical equipment sales as an assistant, which was, I'm a sales guy right up my alley. It was fun. Got to get in a car by yourself. No boss, no nothing. It's just you, and you get your job done. I mean, my boss was a friend of mine I had to answer to, but still, you didn't have some corporate thing. And I was always like, my wife jokes with me, she said, "You're the rebel always. You can't have the." I don't like it. I did that with AT&T, and I hated myself in it. But I did that for about 4 years on and off, and then 2 more years after that. And like I said, loved it, enjoyed it. Very confident doing stuff like that because I don't think I could sell ice to an Eskimo, but if your product was good, because I remember Dad always had that in my mind. He got in trouble for telling guys, "Don't get our product because this stinks. Get something else. Get this. I'll help you out," just to build trust. So you're not just selling to somebody. They trust you with your judgment. So I would do stuff like that. No, get this. I'll help you get this one. And sometimes that got me in trouble with the company. Worked at AT&T selling the Yellow Pages, which was pretty much the worst job I've ever had in my life. One, nobody has the Yellow Pages, so try to find somebody to, who'd give me $800 to put an ad in a book that no one has, that you're a fledgling business. And,
Tough sale.
Time Warner Cable did that for a little bit. So, if you got called, if you didn't like your sales, your phone calls or your cable or your internet, you got me, and I was supposed to upsell you on something that you didn't need, but it was supposed to happen anyways. It goes into the corporate aspect, getting out of that and getting on my own again, and bounced around a few places, got back into medical, and then started doing this, come back into faith. And I was working at AT&T and working out at the house rental, and thinking, all right, well, I'll just play some sermons, I guess, if I can find any. And instead of jamming whatever I wanted to, I said, let me learn something while I'm doing this, and found some sermons online, and like, all right, well, found a website where these things came from, and started, what if I put these together? And, was the movie Greater Glory came out, and there was a sermon on the Cristeros, about 30 minutes long, and I'm thinking, all right, well, how did these guys get that on here? And I'm not a tech guy by any stretch of the imagination. I think it's a miraculous thing that where what has grown came from this guy's. Sometimes someone goes, I'm going to buy you a new computer. I don't have panic attacks, but that's the closest I get to them, because I'm going, how do I do all what I got? I mean, people joke I have 90 links open, because I will forget what that link is that I need, and I don't remember how to get to it. So in case so, I just keep everything up. And I'm sure
you can just open a new browser window and then just put 90 more.
Yeah. Got 90 of them up, 100. And so about 6 years later, I figured out how to get that up. And since then, about 12 years ago, was it 11, 12 years ago, pretty much a video a day for every day. So now we get to about 12,000 videos. I have to look again. It might be even more now. And started a website. A friend of mine bought me a website. I'm going, what do I pay a website for? And that was...
So you were emailing the videos?
I'm sorry?
You were emailing the videos?
No. I was wondering, what am I going to do with a website? Because I got all these videos. Why do I need a website? I already got a YouTube website. A Redemptorist monk told me, our newspaper, we just stick with piety. I go, okay, that's good. I go. In my overproductive manner, I went from, 5-6 years ago was the website. Now we have 11,000 links. So wow. Bible commentaries in different languages, Gamaranger in 4 languages, Butler's in 2. So yeah, it's one of those. Sometimes people go, "How do you sleep?" Sometimes I don't. It just you keep going. It was the whole idea: is just staying busy, keep doing something. Dad had a good work ethic, so we just cut from there. And it's one of those things that you got. It's not a job when you like what you do, and it's fun to do it, and you're learning. And I'm kind of like the Hair Club for Men guy. It's not just a client, but a president, even though we both are not members of that club anymore. And
hey, man, that's right. That wouldn't be our product right there. That's amazing. So you were able over time somehow to make a living just putting together Catholic content and putting it out in the world. At some point, obviously, unless you have another job, I mean, this is what you were able to do.
I was doing Uber for 4 years in Denver, so I was not monetized. Didn't know what monetization was. Didn't know how to do it. I think I knew a little bit about it. Wish I knew more then, because I was getting up at 3 a.m. to drive Uber from 4 a.m. to 6, 7 at night in the evening. So I had to do the hours. Try to get $200 a day was the goal, every day but Saturday and Sunday, and take naps in the car, energy drinks, sunflower seeds, keep me up. Sometimes telling the guy in the back, hey man, you may want to talk. Your life's in danger because I am extremely tired and you are boring the snot out of me. So,
but you met some interesting people, though. I bet you met some interesting people driving Uber.
Oh man, that's an HBO episode itself, and that was just before. I didn't do nights usually. Maybe like 4 total nights in the 4 years I did it. Try to stay away from the night crowd, but oh yeah, there was some. I've seen some wackadoos and things of that nature. And
side note, what's the strangest thing that you ever saw in an Uber?
I'm sorry.
What's the strangest thing you ever saw in an Uber?
There's three stand out as strange. One guy was talking to the son. That's when I started keeping an eye on him. He was like, "Hello, Mr. Son." I go, "Okay." He's already been in the car for 90 minutes. I'm weirdo. Did have a guy dressed as a girl, had a drag guy in the car. Didn't know because it was 4:30 or 5 a.m. dark, pitch black. And unless they had bags, like most of the time I would get airport rides, so I'd get out of the car and help them get the stuff in the trunk. I'd see the bags and saw somebody, just saw a silhouette or somebody. Okay, they don't look like a bag, so I'll pull up, doors unlocked, they pop in. And I didn't know, what the guy looked like. And all of a sudden, this guy's got a drag queen right behind me. One dude I did pick up, and he had a pink purse, black hot pants on, like leather hot pants, and that was weird. I did not see that until he asked me if he could get out to get some juice because he was hungover, and I told him, "Man, I haven't been hungover in years." He goes, "You quit drinking?" I said, "I never said that. I learned how to drink," and that led to a conversation on Catholic drinking versus Protestant drinking, and he gets out and goes across the car, and I'm going, "What in the world is that?" That just got out of the. I'm waiting for that to get back into the car, and so it was around. I think it was like the second week of December, and I remember getting my miraculous medal and telling him, "So here you go, Merry Christmas. Hope take care," and things like that. So he took it. So I would do a lot of stuff. I had CDs and medals and things like that for giveaway and Spanish CDs because those Hispanics would get in a car and I had it color coded. So if I was doing 70, I could glance down and pick the right idea up. So green, I had green CDs. Oh, here's one. It would look like this. So I'd add white, blue, and then I'd add black. And you call Satan out and say, "Oh, Steve, you're racist." If it was a black person, I had a black one that had Deacon Alex Jones' conversion story. And I did that just so, again, I'm doing 75. I need to look down. I'm not going to go, what could I have here? Green was for Hispanics, so that just got to they 100%, they all took them. So that was my way of trying to evangelize on the road. I would tell them where Mass was. And I remember one priest saying, "Yeah, getting a lot of people saying they're Uber drivers. Tell them to come here." So,
you were spreading the gospel. Spreading the gospel on the roads.
I'm going to sit in the car that long. We were given it. They had a St. Benedict cross hanging down and Our Lady of Guadalupe on the dash. And the idea of that was if they would ask, they would crack the door, I'm going to respond back. And so sometimes they would take the bait and sometimes they wouldn't.
Wow. So it was like an evangelical mission in a way.
I had a couple of haters get in the car. They thought they were going to convert me, and they figured out that they had 80. We were doing 80 and 70 miles to go, and they weren't going anywhere. And they just got pummeled after that.
Nice.
I called the lady a heretic, and I got a $5 tip out of it.
Wow.
She was a fall-away. She got married to a Protestant. She got married to a Protestant pastor, and at one point she asked me, "Please stop talking." And I'm going back in my mind, going, "You're the one that started this."
Right. So you get your apologetic chops were sharpened.
Oh, great! Yeah, I remember this one dude. He was a young guy. He gets in. He thought he was like cracking his knuckles. He gets in and starts doing his stuff. I just smile, and I even spit some Greek back at him. He asked me to stop at the bagel store, and I could see him in there doing this,
trying to find out what you're talking about. Well, that's funny, man. So at some point you're doing this content, the Catholic content. You didn't know how to monetize it. At some point, you figured out the monetization thing, and were you able to make a full-time living out of it and support your family?
Yeah, I actually had the priests were telling me to monetize. And again, I had no idea, and I was thinking, I wasn't sure if I should or not, and because people hate the commercials, and you can't control the commercials. Now you can a little bit, but not 100. And I was able to. I remember the whole time I was in Denver, no monetization. Moved from there, got approved monetization like the week before, and we were coming from Colorado back to North Carolina, where my wife's from, and I'm from South Carolina, and I didn't know they were supposed to send you a card. What YouTube does sends you this little postcard with a code, a number code on it, and you're supposed to type that into your account, and that activates everything. So we get back to we stay with our mom for the first month, and I'm going, okay, sweetie, there's money in the account. We're not. I mean, we're talking. We're pretty much. We were on Medicaid. We were broke as joke out there, and $200 a day doing Uber doesn't get you very far. Paying the rent and all that, and food for a kid. Well, we had one kid at the time, and her going to the hospital again, for just getting checkups, and I said, we got to wait for this card to get here. Now the card's addressed to our address in Colorado, and it gets forwarded to her mom's. We're looking at the address, and we're looking at the mailbox every day for this thing. Finally gets here, and we're like, oh, what's going to go wrong now? We didn't update the address, or what? And then it's another month. Everything's delayed by a month or two. So we're thinking, all right, we'll be able to pay a rent. We'll be able to get a rental right now. You get out of her house to go find. We had to wait another month.
Wow. The story's the entrepreneurial journey, my man, is an interesting.
Oh yeah, I mean it's not raining. It's not making it rain right now, but it pays the rent. Right, it's still nothing big. It just pays the bills.
Right. Well, but you're able to. It buys your time, so you can do it. You can do the work that you want to do to glorify God. So
yeah, I mean, I see all these people traveling, doing all that stuff. I'm happy just to get to. My idea of travel is going to the gym or going to mass confession. That's it. That's all the traveling I get. I go to the farm to get milk for the kids.
All right, the raw milk.
Oh yeah, we get the real stuff.
All right, none of that. Better watch out. They might come to your door about that, man. They're cracking down on the raw milk. They don't like that.
Yeah, it's all about your health.
That's right. So, what would you? So while you were doing this, did you just sort of say to yourself, well, I'm able to make a living even if I'm not going to get rich by doing this sort of ministry for God? Were you ever thinking, well, I should go, get another job to supplement my income? Or were you thinking, look, I'll just adjust my expectations to what the Lord will provide for me doing this work, because sort of I'm just doing it for him and sort of see what happens there?
Uber was doing everything for us. I had a few donations from Patreon at the time, but like I said, nothing. But nothing was coming. I was trying to get back into medical, and actually that was one reason why we moved back into North Carolina. Was my old job had an opening in Raleigh, and I knew the guy, and that area he was making probably $500K a year. My old boss was making $250 in upstate of South Carolina. Now he controls all of South Carolina, and this guy was controlling most of North Carolina. I think all of it now. And he was looking for somebody to do the exact same thing I was doing for my guy in South Carolina. And we actually looked at a place down in Colorado Springs. We were ready to sign for it was down the street from the fraternity parish in Colorado Springs. We were ready to sign the lease the next day. Something we're like, all right, well, we'll come back tomorrow. We'll get everything done. Driving back, my bud calls me up. How come you're not answering John's email? I'm like, no, I haven't seen anything. Clicked. Shoot. I applied via Google email, and that's going through where the YouTube comments are. And right now there's approximately 139,994 unread emails in the YouTube Google email account, which
they email you every time you get a comment?
Every time you get a comment, notification, get kicked out, whatever. It goes, they email you. So that his emails were going into that, and I don't look at those. And so I called him up, and he was interested. We were both interested. I looked at her and go, let's go. So I was going to quit Uber and drive, because I was going to go to Colorado Springs and continue doing Uber. That was the plan. So we moved back to North Carolina, waiting for a phone call, because we were planning on, I'm going to have the interview. Maybe we'll be in Raleigh or Greensboro or Salisbury, somewhere up in the middle, around that area, because that's where the medical capital is, really, in that tri-city area, Durham, Raleigh, Wake Forest.
Sure.
And to this day, I haven't heard a phone call back. But we were able to get monetized, and again, just enough to be able to, make ends meet and be able to eat and all that. So there's a couple times I got demonetized and came right back a month or two later.
Demonetized for controversial content about probably about a certain medical intervention.
Yeah, something. That was a big thing. I was playing cat and mouse during the 2020s about that.
Right.
But no, yeah, there was something. I had a bunch of full machine videos up. That's how I started the channel after that with Father's Cristero's one, and I was like, oh, let me put all these full machine ones up, can put them together instead of these part 1, part 2, part 3s. Well, they don't like that because it came from a TV, and so because it came from a TV, even though I wasn't monetizing that, they were taking down the whole channel on that because they don't like you taking content from other people, which I get, video-wise. Some people just grab a video and put a screenshot up. So I got rid of all those. Anything that was on a TV that I had at the beginning, because, again, that was 6-8 years prior. Now it's not good, so got them off, got back up. No problem, though. Put those on spiritus.com, spiritus.tv, I think it is, the website. But no, haven't needed to. Again, we don't have not getting the gigantic numbers. Like I think Russell Brand's making like 50,000 or 500,000 a month or something like that. Guys getting that kind of stuff. If I was getting that kind of stuff, one, I would probably take over the world. I got so many ideas that people I want to hire and things like that. And two, I think I could pretty much fund a couple religious orders. I used to be able to donate to a lot monthly, and haven't been able to since, because now it's paycheck to paycheck, in a sense, paycheck to paycheck. And it didn't help that we were getting shadow banned the last 2 months. So,
and the shadow ban means that you're putting the stuff out. They're not telling you you're banned, but they're just not. You don't have the reach. Is that what a shadow ban is? Right.
Yeah, I would have people email me saying, "I haven't seen a video in 2 months." I go, "I put 5 a day up." I know it's there. Some people are watching it, but that's what it is. Sometimes it's the algorithms. I've seen it before. It ebbs and flows all the time. It's starting to come back up now, so it's just one of those times. But no, as you mentioned, God will provide. It's one of those things. It's not really. Sometimes it gets a little worrisome, but you're like,
the Lord will provide. Lilies in the field, my man.
Yeah, and it's going to happen.
Do you have an email list? Do you try to get people on your email, or you only rely upon Google's distribution methodologies for people to find your videos?
Oh, I got all the social medias and like 6 of them, 7 of them, and MailChimp email and all that. Just started an app, so an app just got launched. Literally got okay today before we got on. So Apple's approved, and Android in the next couple of days. So literally trying to go all over the place, trying to get the reach as far out as possible. And the app actually, that's a good way to be able to exist if I get kicked off. So I'll be able to help fund and exist at the same time. And
that's what I was mentioning.
Yeah.
Because if you get an email list, then Google doesn't own you. You own the email list, and you can just send it out to people, and you don't have to worry about them. But again, like your business.
It's a cat and mouse game. It's always something.
Yeah, totally. So, what is in your view? What is the purpose? What is the to go back to Greek, the telos of your website and your publishing business?
It's piety only. So anything that's can grow the faith, grow in piety and zeal that's the main thing. I mean, very few sermons are clickbait titles. So I would get people to say, "You need to make a better title. Get people to click." I go, "What am I? I'm not going to put. I can't. Like it's something on prayer. What do you want me to put? It's Satan hates this. I can't do stuff like that. It's just weird to me." And so I mean, most of the stuff is just Dom Garanger. And here's like yesterday, Saint Martha, Dom Garanger. Okay, and you got to click on it if you want a great reading on it. Just one sermon just popped up by somebody else, Olympic Outrage and End Times. That's going to get clicks. I don't have anything like that.
Right, the sexy titles. You're not in the sexy title business.
I mean, you're going to get a lot of there's a lot of people that have been that have said they've converted, gone back into faith, converted from Protestantism, wherever, Hindus, Muslims, all sorts. Probably one a day that I'll see, and that's really the main thing.
That must make you feel amazing.
Oh, it's cool. I mean, it's the whole idea is the priests doing their jobs anyways. I'm just giving them a megaphone, so I'm just they're doing it. I'm getting it out there for like when Traditionalist Custodes came down, and we're traditional land mass guys. We were doing the pre-55 here in the area, and that got axed during that time. And we were going, what are we going to? We're going to go on a road trip. We're going to do that. And I got a Byzantine priest friend who does both rites, and he goes, "Come to me. We're pre-55. We're 4th century." It's all right, no problem. We've been thinking about doing, going in, seeing what you're about, anyways. And so now we do both every so often, and that led to, wow, let me look up what else they have online, and lo and behold, there's a ton of Byzantine, priests that just Eastern Rite Catholics online, and they get probably about 5 views, 15 views, anything like that. So I started adding them to the channel. Now they're getting thousands and thousands. And they're messaging me on Facebook going, thank you for doing this. And I said, hey man, you guys are doing this. It was good stuff. Thank you for doing that. I'm just getting you out there more. So I came to the right guy. We're going to get this thing. Our interview is going to blow up on your channel, man. If you got the right
for all you tens of thousands of Catholics in the world, man. I'm looking forward to it. This is the man. You're like the man behind the mask, like the guy, what is it? From the Wizard of Oz. You're the wizard. We're gonna get the wizard out in front.
I got that a lot a couple years ago because I told a lot of good ideas came from the wife, and so I would ask others to do these interviews. Can you talk to this guy about this and this guy about this? And she once told me, "Why don't you do it? Why do you stop? Why do you worry about it?"
Yeah,
these guys weren't doing it, so I was like, okay, we got a micro. I had to get a microphone and camera and all this. So I started with news because that's what got me back in. I was pretty much like a straight up commie coming out of college, and all this stuff when I got that.
Who isn't?
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. I think I remember one lady crying when I was training her because I was so nutty. And, but yeah, medical ended up transferring me because I started getting into talk radio and this and this. So I started doing news and from a Catholic viewpoint and things like that, and still do it. I got news from the pew. I do that every once a week now, and I used to do Clown Planet twice a week. I just ain't had time to do it. That would take 4 hours a day for me to put that together. But it's one of those things like that people would say, "Oh, you came out from behind the curtain." It was during the Rona days. I go, well, there was so much nuttiness going on, and nobody was saying this stuff, and I'm seeing all this from all pulling this from all these media things and going, all right, us Catholics got to lead the charter. Here's what's going on. Here's what look at this. And so I'm still doing stuff like that. If most of these guys are yapping about something like this, I'm doing the opposite.
Right. You're like your own private EWTN, your own personal EWTN for the new.
I don't have the news; they have the money. But we'll go with that. And someone will write me, "Hey, can we?"
Well, you don't have the money yet. You don't know, man. This could be a launching off point. Some generous donors could come in. You have no idea.
That'd be nice because people will say, "Hey, to the team of Fifth Element," I'll go, "Yeah, I am that team." You ever seen Major League 2?
I saw the first one with Charlie Sheen. I didn't see the second one.
Yeah, the second one is Sheen.
Did I miss anything?
Well, Wesley Snipes in the first one. You had Omar Epps in the second, and Willie Mays Hayes goes out of the stretch limo with 10 people. It's an entourage, and the guy goes, "Who are they?" And Coach goes, "They are our center fielder." So I usually say but the team is they. I am they. I am the team.
You're the they. You're the team that's putting it all together. That's amazing. What are your plans for Sensus Fidelium? What do you see? Or are you sort of like a daily, I just serve the Lord every day and new inspirations come? Or do you have are you more of a 5-year plan kind of guy? Like where do you see it going, or do you not even look?
World domination. Now the old joke of when you come up with a plan, God's laughing at you.
Yep.
No, there are plans. There are ideas that come through, and sometimes I'll write them down, and sometimes I'll just keep them in my head, or I'll lay down and go to bed. Like last night, I'm going, I should do this with the app thing. I'll be able to translate those and put a Spanish section underneath there. Okay, I can pull that off. And yeah, but and some of them will remain with me throughout the head. Or if I'm working out, an idea pops in my head, or drinking an energy drink, people will actually write me back. You're drinking an energy drink, are you? I go, yeah. How'd you know it? You come in with, I'll just throw ideas off. And see what
your idea machine's going.
Yeah, exactly, and see what sticks. Like the press, we're sitting at dinner table, and I look up and ask my wife, I go, I'm thinking she's going to laugh at me on this. She goes, what do you think about doing a press, starting a publishing company? And again, this goes back to asking other people to do things, because there's a friend of mine, I was trying to get him published. Nobody was doing it, and I was like, man, it sucks. I can't get this guy. It should be out there. And it goes back to, it's Thanos. It's Thanos mentality. I'll do it myself. So, at the end of Avengers, forget it. All these other people can't kill everybody. I'm going to do it myself. So not the killing part. I'm just going to do it myself. So the idea with the publishing, I was asking companies for 10 years, can you republish this? This is amazing. It's out of print. All right, forget it. I'm doing it myself. So a lot of the ideas are that kind of way. All right, you're not doing it? All right, I'm doing it this way. I'm going to do it myself. We're going to get it out here somehow. How we make this work is illegal. Obviously, is illegal. And like about 8, 9, 10 Alphonsus books, most people have never read because it's online. And, I'm one of those. If it's not right here in front of me, I don't like going through a cell phone or an iPad. So if I'm experimenting, I'll get the book in a couple of days. If it works, I'm loading up 10 more. It's print on demand. Doesn't hurt me a bit. Again, a friend of mine say, hey, can you publish mine? I go, dude, I can't afford you because we're not making anything. But I'm getting it set. I got like 80 titles up since October. I think there was a couple guys that went on with me, and they were like, that's pretty much impossible. And one per every 2 months. I got like 5 in a couple weeks. But it's just one of those things. My mindset is, I'm going to pound these out. We're going to do it. If you tell me no, we're going to do it anyways.
It's like the working. It's like the weightlifter mentality. You're just like just push. We'll just make it work.
Yeah. I got myself on a basketball team. Got myself on a baseball team. We're going to make this work. I mean, you might not be able to tell me I can make the Yankees starting rotation. I'll go ahead and grant you that. But everything you tell me I can't pull it off. That's something that's feasible. Yeah, we're gonna try it.
So let me understand the business. So you have the YouTube channel where you're creating videos, and I've seen the videos. Every Catholic has seen your videos. So you have the videos that you're putting together every day, and that's how the business started. And then now you're going into an app that you created, kind of like Hallow or like a prayer app, or a sort of.
It was a company called Uscreen that I looked up. The idea of this comes back to the website because I was trying to put a Roku channel together. And I was thinking if people watch a TV, so if you go to Roku and type in Sense Fidelum, you'll find the banner. Because the day I got the banner up, it took me a while to figure it out. My guy from Google calls me and says, I'm buying you a website. Go ahead and start working on that. So I put the Roku thing on the back burner, and that was like 2017, 2018. And I finally got caught up on things, and I go, let me look back at this Roku thing. Typed it up, looked to see this Uscreen guy comes up. And they can do all these apps. It's kind of like you're leasing, you pay them a lease. They build the app. They take care of any problems. You just provide what you want of it, your logo, your content, everything else, and they will maintenance, and you just pay them like a rent fee for using their platform. So I figured, hey, why not? Everybody keeps telling me, you need an app, you need an app, you need an app. So a way of being able to fundraise, I guess, in a sense, because it's like $5 a month for the app. So just like Patreon, it's $5, okay? People are upset I don't give anything because they got so many people coming from all different directions. And what do you want? You want me to do like a private one-on-one? You don't care about me. You care about the priests that are talking to you. You don't care about what this guy says. So if I'm going to put like today, I was like, all right, this day's saints. So for the 30th of July, if you go to the app, you're going to see everything that's required for the 30th of July on top. And then this week, sermons, so everything I just got done putting together, they're already up.
Right, like a Magnificat of some sort. like similar to
In a
that kind of
sense,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, the ones I put up on YouTube won't be out till late September, mid-September, early September. But if you got the app, you can watch this week's right now.
Right.
I actually just put together a banned from YouTube section. So any video that got banned from YouTube, I can put it right there. So
how many
with
videos
more-
got banned? How many of your videos get banned? Like, what percentage of the videos get banned?
Oh, it's a low percentage because 12,000 on there, so maybe a hand, maybe 8 to 10
Wow.
have from various reasons. Sometimes like I remember Father Rip talking about a shooting in Baltimore, I think it was, and
Is the Exorcist, Father Rippinger?
Yes.
Yeah, he's great.
And I found
That's
the
how I
clip
found
of
him,
the-
is through your channel, by the way. He's great.
Oh, yeah,
I found him through your channel.
Yeah, I've hung out with him quite a few times. He's a cool guy. He's a guy's guy, and just like anyone else. I like him. He has a great sense of humor too, and which is fantastic. We'll send weird, stupid memes to each other, and he does that to a lot of other of his friends too. So it's pretty cool. But yeah, he talked about this shooting, and I found the clip, and I was like, well, I found it from a news channel, YouTube channel. So it's going to be fine. I put it in my video. It got banned because of violent. Like, how's the? I got it from a news channel, which was only that was it. That was the only thing they talked about. I had an hour and 5 minutes, and that was just the itty bitty part. The whole thing got taken out because of that. So,
Wow.
stuff like
Incredible.
that. I had to usually re-edit things, or during the Rona days, take out clips when they're talking about jibbity jabs or something like that. Going, all right, well, that's not going. If you want the full video, go here and click on that, and you'll be able to get it.
So that's the app. The app is like another one of your, like, you own that channel as opposed to YouTube owning
Right,
it. Like, you
right.
can control it more. So there's you're doing, and you're saying
Right.
that you also have a publishing house. So what that means is that you're doing one-off print publishing of books that you want to put out there if anybody buys them. So you have these on your website.
Yeah, here's one right here. This is a book on St. Anthony from 1898.
Wow.
Out of print. I put this together in less than 24 hours.
Right.
Actually put two. Here's the other one. It's the Miracles of St. Anthony. Just goes through all these miracles.
Amazing.
So, yeah, it was literally easy. Just had to go through, edit, and I got a program a friend of mine told me about on how to self-format, and Canva does put the book covers together, and just, but all right, I'm gonna focus on this. Jocko, prioritize and execute. All right, I think it was his feast day. I didn't know these two books existed. Let me get them out. But they were easy, quick, done. Oh.
I like that. Prioritize and execute. Discipline equals freedom. That guy. He's good.
Yep.
So that's amazing. So now you're just creating books.
Go ahead.
Oh, nice. You're just creating books. So, like, you'll get an idea for a book. Hey, this is out of print. I think it's an interesting book. I'll put it together. I'll put it up on my website if you want to buy it. $5, $10, whatever it is, and I'll ship it to you. I'll print it one time and ship. Are you printing? Where do you print them?
It's print on demand. So there's a group in United Kingdom and somewhere in the States. So depending on your location, they're going to go to UK or the States, and then it's out of my hand. I upload it, and it's Shopify and BookVault. BookVault takes care of the rest, and if it gets an order from there, they print it and ship it. So I have zero inventory here, and I can create whatever I want. Don't have to, as long as it's outside the copyright, and I don't have to worry about. I can't afford to have 4,000 books. No big warehouse or anything like that. You want it?
Just rock it.
Buy it.
Yeah,
It's printed
that's
on
amazing.
demand. It's
So
on
you're
Amazon.
So you're living the dream. Basically, like, you're perusing Catholic content online during the day. You find things that are inspiring to you that you think would be inspiring to others. You then clip those videos, put them together, and you put those out there on your website and on YouTube. And then the attention that comes into those, you get ads for and or monetize that attention, or YouTube monetizes the attention for you, and that's the business.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, they could. I mean, I could put more commercials in, but don't want to overdo the commercials. Like during Rona, people, I didn't want to ask for donations because people were hurting. So YouTube decided to add more ads automatically for everybody, just to drive traffic. Is because it was the companies were paying for it. I'm like, all right, well, fine. Then I'm not going to ask a penny from anybody. So some people do complain about the ads. I'm like, just hit. I work out just like videos on YouTube. Like there's a couple boxing ones I use. I like to hit the heavy bag, and they have ads in the middle of the work. And sometimes, it'll drive me crazy. I'm like, doggone it, we're in the middle of a round here, and you do that. But 5 seconds, hit the skip. It's not that big of a deal. But
or guys, if you're listening, it's $14. You can skip all the ads. $14 a month. Just subscribe.
Is it 14?
$14 a month. It's the best $14 I spend is skipping the ads on YouTube. So
I had no idea even on that.
Yeah,
so,
$14.
I knew you could. I didn't know the price.
$14 a month. Totally worth it. They give you the first month free. That was a free advertisement for YouTube. They can send me my check. Awesome, man.
I might try that. Like I said, I didn't even think
it's worth
about
it. Think about all the time that you're spending skipping ads and dealing with all that. No good, man. Awesome.
I watch some gardening channels and I'm like, what the hell? What is that? Come on, that would get through it.
I hear you. So let's bring this ship into the port. So let's say somebody out there and they got some ideas, the inspiration from the Holy Spirit to start something, to create a business or create a ministry as their way of serving the Lord. But they're nervous. They got a family to feed like you did when you started. Do you have any words of wisdom for them? What would you say to somebody in that position?
I don't know. I mean, it depends. I mean, some people have written out to me, so what do you think about doing something like this? And I'll just talk to them like, what's your goal? What's your mission? What are you trying to do? Is it about you? Is it about this? Because a lot of people want to go from 0 subscribers and thinking they're going to have 100,000 by the end of the day, and that's not possible. Unless you're a news show that's backed up by, like Jason Whitlock started a channel, you got 100,000 in a couple days. I mentioned what's his face, the actor Russell Brand. He did not have 6 million viewers. Then 4 years ago when I was watching him during running, all of a sudden stuff like that goes up. There's Catholics like that, but they had help, like somebody retweets them or something like this. Luck, a lot of combinations. Don't expect to be able to go from nothing to, I'm going to feed my family off a YouTube thing in a week. That rarely happens. It's one of those, you got to be persistent, persevere. Obviously, you have the mindset that this is the long haul. So I think, sports mindset always works good and stuff like this. You're not going to get off the couch and think you're going to run a marathon. You got to actually train for it and get ready. And maybe in 2 years you get that way. So the same thing. Maybe in 2 years you can get there, but it's all about combination of marketing, content, how into it you are. Like, are you in? Are you all in, or are you just halfway in type deal thing? And people will know that if you if you're legit, you're real, things like that. If you're in it for the money, or if you're into it to help people. So, since we're on Team God. He will help if your motives are the right ways, and obviously do your thing, duty of praying, penance, keeping the sacraments, staying in grace. Like with me, I'm doing this most of the day. I still have time to play. People write me, don't forget to play with the kids. Don't forget. I do. Kids are here. They're outside. They ask to play. We'll go out and play. Sometimes, I'll wait till late night when they're down to do some other stuff, or in the morning I'm doing this. So I figured out times a day to not neglect the family and all that. So, because a lot of people do, hey, I'm going out for 4 hours to go record. Where's the family at? Or, they're going on trips or things like that. I haven't gone on a trip. I haven't done anything like that. Not to say it like this, but you got to be able to, is it about you and your brand, or is it about the brand as in God's brand in a sense? Which brand are you wanting to promote?
Amen. That's I think it's a really good message, Steve. Maybe we could end. Maybe you could guide us in a prayer that the Holy Spirit puts on your heart, so that we can send that out on these digital waves.
I remember one priest he made a sermon, a lecture. It was a lecture, and he joked. It wasn't a joke. It was a joke that Cassian would tell people to Always pray, even going to the bathroom. Deus in auditorium meum attende. Oh Lord, come to my assistance. So, just, glory be to the Father, and to the Son, and the Holy Spirit, as it was in the beginning, is now, and there shall be, world without end. Amen. So,
Father and the Son.
yeah, there's little arrows like that.
Amen. Awesome. Well, Steve, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate you taking a moment out of your day and doing this. And to all those tens of thousands of people watching this on Steve's channel, hello. Come listen to our podcast.
Get to the point where you're like, still was it WWF, to the millions and millions.
All right, thanks. We're signing off.
Yes, sir.